Roughly a year ago, Verizon turned itself into a digital media titan when it acquired Yahoo and merged it with AOL, which they picked up a couple of years before. So last June, the company created a new subsidiary digital media property called Oath. There are some great assets in here, including Yahoo's terrific sports websites, but by far the best asset that Oath has, it's its leader, Tim Armstrong, formerly the CEO of AOL. And now that he's had a year to get things running, I think he can start doing some impressive things. Now, we checked in with Tim Armstrong, the CEO of Verizon's Oath subsidiary, earlier today. So take a look. Tim, before we get started with our interview about Oath, there is a change at the top at Verizon. Impact on you?
Well, impact is great because it's really about 5G, and Verizon's been a leader in 1G to 4G. 5G is really where the world's going, and today's announcement with Lowell stepping up to executive chairman and Hans coming in as CEO really tells you how serious we are about 5G and building out the next layer of connected consumers. We want to be the largest media company at Oath, connecting directly to mobile consumers. So for us, this is just a pure signal, a pure leadership sign that Verizon is going to be the leader in 5G.
And a lot of I know Lowell is uniquely linked to 5G. He's the first guy who told me how big it is. He's staying as executive chairman, so you'll be working with him, too.
Yes, so both Lowell and Hans and I will be spending a lot of time with Lowell, basically building out the vision that Lowell put in place, which is, really 5G takes, broadband and gives it to every consumer, every place they are. And Lowell's vision around digital media, he was the first real telco executive to say, hey, linear is fantastic. Digital is where consumers are going, so let's head to digital. So the combination between Lowell, Hans, and I, we're in a great position to basically capitalize on both the future of 5G, but also the future of media.
Okay, you typically don't hear media execs talk about the speed and the technology that gets it to you. This does make Oath and you, because of your background, a little bit different. So the advantage of what you're doing over what everybody else might have if you do go fast 5G?
5G, Jim, for our business represents a really quantum shift. It's 10 times the speed of what consumers get today. And not only that, but the compute power inside of 5G will allow us, you're a big sports fan, I'm a sports fan, allow you to get, if you like fantasy now, you're going to love VR, AR fantasy in real time, being able to follow not just the game, but individual players. So 5G is going to bring an enhancement that will feel like AR, VR type level content and services. So that's why 5G is important. It's more speed, but it's also amazing amounts of compute power for us to do different types of content.
Okay, so let's talk about what happened with Oath, and let's talk about the arc of Oath. I mean, you were AOL. You did fantastic at AOL, made people a lot of money. You come here, then you get Yahoo, and then things get a little murky, Tim. Yeah. I mean, when I look at the analyst reports, that it's not clear where Oath fits in, even though it's a multi-billion-dollar company. Can you more define the vision for people right now so that people understand that Oath is a real company within a company and has great prospects?
Sure. So Oath on its own, Jim, is about a Fortune 300 company. We do about $8 billion in revenue. We have 13,000 employees. We have traffic from 175 countries. So Oath is a big property on its own. It's a big piece of where Verizon's going in the future from a media and 5G perspective. But really importantly is, our mission is to build brands that members love. And if you think about where the world's going flat with technology, we've been trying to be the company that really breaks brands out as separate things. So, you notice recently we just signed a huge deal with Samsung globally to put our brands, Yahoo Sports, Yahoo Finance, Yahoo News, directly onto Samsung devices. And so when you think about what consumers want in the future, they want trusted brands, and they want to basically have a company that's built for mobile, built for how they use the world. And I think Oath is probably the largest brand media company built for mobile in the world right now, and we're going to continue to scream down that path as fast as we can.
What's the advantage of being the largest brand built on mobile versus just a typical journalist outfit?
Yeah, so I think, one is we are very into high quality content. And I think when you see what's happening today with fake news and all the things in the world, the things I think your career and what CNBC does, you guys do super high quality content for the financial industry. We believe that is going to work really well in mobile. And what consumers want at the end of the day is they want to have a really good use of time. They want to know where they're getting information from, and they want to trust it. So the ability to have, there's 3 billion people connected right now. There's another 3 billion million people that are going to get connected. The vast majority of those are all going to be mobile connections. And so if we can be the first company to bring trusted brands to that size audience overall, that represents an unbelievable opportunity for us as a business. And that's what our global team is really excited about.
Well, I never lost my affinity for Yahoo Finance. It's the icon that I follow. But I used to be big into Yahoo Sports. And our team at CNBC, we were always rotisserie Yahoo Sports. And then one day, someone said, we're moving to ESPN. I don't even know who did it, but someone who's younger than I am. I came up through Yahoo. You knew me from my early Speak.com days. What happened, and how do you get that back?
Yeah. So, Jim, the fantasy sports online and really the drive to digital, you were at the beginning of it. I was there with you at Starwave back in the 90s. Really what is fans want to be enabled. And I think the enablement that fantasy sports brings on a technology standpoint is incredible. It allows you to be a fandom connected with other fans. ESPN, I think, has been a great competitor to us in that area. I would say one thing we're doing differently, and I'm going to come visit your rotisserie league to give the pitch directly myself, is we're in a space where we're reconnecting the Yahoo ecosystem right now. I think Yahoo, when we took over Yahoo, we basically have pivoted away from things like search and some of the areas that they were publicly going after back to the mega brands at Yahoo. So when we think about sports, you're exactly the person we want on that property. We want your rotisserie league on it, and we want you there every day. And I think clear messaging for us as a business is Yahoo Sports, Yahoo Finance, Yahoo News, Yahoo Weather. All those things matter a lot because those are the things that you do every single day and you're passionate about. So our ability to get you off of ESPN and to think about us as the #1 partner for fantasy, that's what we're doing. We just signed a huge deal with the NFL to broadcast, the NFL 256 live games on your mobile device. I'm hoping that's going to entice your rotisserie league to look at your fantasy and the live sports, together. So we want you back.
Now, we know that AT&T is trying to close on Time Warner. It's not clear we're going to. Next week we get a court decision. But how about original programming? When are we going to see it?
Yeah, we are big investors in programming. And I think when you think about our programming right now, Jim, the linear areas where people have gone to, you see lots of series getting created.
Right.
We've taken a different path, which is a wide open path in our mind, is we have probably the largest live entertainment product in the world online, which is right down the street at our build studio. We do about 1,200 live celebrity interviews right on the street in New York City. We are also investing heavily in sports content, as you've seen.
But no movies.
But no movies yet.
Maybe that's a stake.
Yeah. So
right?
Yeah.
I mean, because look how we've seen this, where someone comes through with a movie and then they're regarded as being an entertainment company, not just a media company. Video game entertainment, not just movie. Yeah.
Right. Well, Jim, let me tell you something. We are probably the only digital company also that was nominated for Emmys. For Oscars this year. And again, you may not see it as much as a Netflix who's investing $8 billion in 900 new original series. We basically are going after AR, VR, and the future of where digital is going. So if you talk to the insiders inside the content business, they look at us as the 5G future of AR, VR, of where we're going for those. And I think that we've been getting more and more hardware awards in the space of content because of our investments in those areas. So you'll think of us as news, sports, finance, entertainment, but you're also going to start seeing us in very, very deep AR, VR related entertainment programming.
Okay, I'm very glad to hear us because, periodically you get rumored that WPP job. I mean, are these rumors just typically people saying, well, they want Armstrong, they're not going to get him?
Well, Jim, I've had a really long career and a career that's been really fortunate. I've knew you at Starway back in the days. I got to work
22
years ago. I worked at Google for 10 years. Right. Came in to turn AOL and spin AOL out of Time Warner and turned around AOL. And we had a great run as a public company. We beat the S&P 500. And when I took the job here, when we sold to Verizon, my real passion is about serving the billion consumers we have and building this place to be. You see what's happening here, to be the most creative digital media place on the planet. And so I'm really passionate about what we're doing. So I would just say those are rumors.
But one last question. Yeah. Do you think it's because you happen to be in a company with one of the biggest revenue bases in the world that's why Oath isn't talked about more? Because it's tough to move the needle with some company that's as large as Verizon.
Yeah, look, the biggest asset we have is that every consumer in the world is going to mobile. We have one of the largest, highest quality companies in Verizon that's mobile behind us. They're a Fortune 20 company and they're mobile. We're a digital 20 company and we're all mobile and digital. So we're in an awesome spot. And the last thing I would just say is, you know that content matters. I mean, I saw you at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
My son, we were all lined up at the red carpet thing, and they were all NFL players. The one person my son picked out and wanted a picture with was you. And so you realize that digital content matters, Jim, because my son watches the NFL. He's an NFL fan. He also watches, 16-year-old kid watches Mad Money, and the only picture he wanted was with you. So if we can create that level of affinity across all of our mobile properties in general, it's an amazing opportunity for us.
Always a delight to speak to Tim Armstrong, who is Oath CEO. Thank you so much, Tim. Tell your boys I said hi.
I will. Jack will be happy.
Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.